Watch this video to complete the workbook page, Travel, Travel, Little Car from the My First Piano Adventure Level B writing book. Let's get ready to begin. Please open up your writing book to pages 62 and 63. These are the last pages in your book. You will also want to have a pencil or something to write with and be close to your piano. This is the workbook page for Travel, Travel, Little Car, and you will see that we have a song here. We are going to do some things to the song to prepare it for playing, and then we're going to play it. The first thing that I notice when I look at this song is that it is missing all of its bar lines. We need to put the bar lines in, and in order to do that, we need to know what the time signature is. Do you see the time signature? Here it is. This time signature says 4/4 time. Now, the top number in the time signature tells us how many beats are in every measure. So we know by looking at this that there should be 4 beats in every measure of this piece. Let's trace the first bar line that they have put here for us. To find the next place for the bar line, we need to count 4 beats of music. Follow the red dots with me. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Our next bar line should go right after this half note. Let's draw it in together. What do we need to do to figure out where the next bar line goes? That's right, we need to count 4 more beats. Let's pull out our red dots again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our next bar line needs to go right after that last quarter note. Let's go ahead and draw it in together. Okay, what do we do now to figure out where the next bar line needs to be? That's right, we have to count 4 beats again. Let's bring back those red dots. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The last bar line on this line should be at the very end of the line after this half note, but there's already a line there, so we don't need to draw another one. Let's take a look at the second page now. It looks like the second page is missing all of its bar lines too. Can you help figure out where they should be? I'm going to have you work along with me. You can watch where I put the bar lines in and fill them in on your page too. We need a bar line after every 4 beats, so make sure you're counting the beats and putting them in all the right spaces as we go. How does your page look now? Does it look like mine? If any of your bar lines are in a slightly different spot, don't worry about it. You can cross out or erase it and put it in the right place. Let's head back over to the first page. The next step as we prepare to play this piece is to identify all of the notes that we are going to be playing. We're going to start by finding the very first note, which they've already labeled on this page here for us and told us it's C. So go ahead and write a C on that line. Next, we're going to fill all of these empty boxes above the music with the letter names that we're going to be playing. This will help us be ready to play the piece ourselves. So let's start with this very next box. Do you remember what note this is? You can think A is on the top line, step down to G. What note goes in the next box? Well, we just need to head one step up from G, which is A. And then we're going back down the step we just came up. So this next box is G. Look closely at the rest of the notes in this line of music. They are all moving from the space to the very next line, from the line to the very next space, and so on. These are all moving by steps down. So we can go ahead and fill in the rest of the notes. F, E, then D, then C. These are all of the letters going backwards as we're stepping down the music alphabet. Let's head on over to that second page. This page has a lot of empty boxes on it too, but I have great news for you. Every note that is in this piece was in that first line of music that we identified. That means you can look back at the last line that we did as a key while you're going forward and identifying all these notes. I'm going to have you work to identify them as I fill them alongside next to you, and you can check your work against mine as we go. Take a moment to look at your page and compare your notes to the ones I have on my page. If any of them are different, go ahead and change them so that you have the correct note on your paper. The next thing that we're going to do is look for signs and symbols within the music to help us understand everything that is here for us to pay attention to. First, can you show me where the treble clef is? Here's one at the very front, and you only need to show me one, but there are also two others on the second page that you could point to. Now, can you show me where the bass clef is? Here's one right up front, but there are two others that you could show me of these as well. Now, I want you to notice, where are the notes of this piece? Are they in the treble clef or the bass clef area? That's right. They are all in the bass clef. This entire piece is made out of low notes. We will play it all with our left hand. Let's search for dynamics next. Do you see the sign for mezzo forte? It looks like an MF. Here's one right at the beginning of the music. Let's hunt on page 2. Do you see an MF there as well? Did you spot it here at the beginning of the last line? Mezzo forte means moderately loud, so these places we will be playing medium loud. Let's hunt now for forte, F. Do you see it? The forte is right at beginning of page 2, so we will start loud on the second page. Let's hunt for the piano symbol now. That's a P. Do you see it? Here it is. It's later on the same line with the forte. So when we start page 2, we start out really loud, but then all of a sudden we're going to go really quiet. And then on the last line, we'll pick up with mezzo forte and be moderately loud. Let's do one more thing to make this easier to play. Let's circle all of the double notes. So all of the times that we have two notes that are repeating, which happens throughout this piece. They are everywhere. Let's remember to take a look back at page 1 too. Okay, I think we are ready to play this piece. Go ahead and go over to your keyboard. Before we begin, I'm going to show you how to do the crossover in second measure. When you cross your 2 over, you're going to pivot on your thumb like this and bring your second finger to the next note. And then you're going to pivot right back. Do you want to practice that with me? So make sure your hand is in C position on the piano, your left hand. And we're going to pivot on that G and bring your second finger over and right back. Let's practice playing the notes now. Play the G, then pivot, play the A, and play the G and go back. One more time. Play the G, pivot, play the A, play the G, and go back. Great. Let's play the solo now. 1, 2, ready, go. Very quiet now. mezzo forte. Great job playing through that the first time. Now it would be a good idea to pause the video here and try playing it a couple more times before we move on to the next step, which is to play it as a duet. Okay, it's time to play the duet. You're going to play exactly what you have been practicing. I'm going to be playing some additional music. We'll do it together. I'll count us in. Get ready to go. 1, 2, ready, go. And that's it. You have done a fantastic job on this Travel Travel Little Car workbook page, and you are now done with your writing book too. Congratulations.